You and I
Um,
had been talking
yeah,
about everything that you went through. I guess
yeah,
kind of just as you got on the other side of it, or you were starting to get healthy and started to talk about what
yeah.
all went down. We've obviously spent time during the duration of this podcast existed during COVID. That was
Mhm,
kind of the heartbeat of I think a lot of people starting podcasts. But
mhm.
anyways, during that time, everyone's getting sick. Some people worse than others, and of course, you were one of those people. Talk to me
Yeah.
about what went down because it's crazy.
Well, it was very, very unexpected. I don't know if you remember, I was like super, super lean, and I had no defense and in my body, so it's just happened. I mean, long story short, after me getting released from WWE, like I was in the um like I'm gonna get back on the grind. I'm motivated. It just hit me out of nowhere. So it was like a double whammy. I was already gonna going through some stuff and
Sure.
it's just oh man, like what else is gonna happen? Like, oh, it hit me unexpectedly and then just I waited 2 weeks. I waited 2 weeks. Why? Because I didn't want to pay a damn hospital bill.
Sure. No. Oh my
So
God. Like what a reality that is. God.
but I that was my mistake because I was starting to be like I was like delusional, like my brain was frying,
Oh my
and
God.
my wife too was sick, but she wasn't sick as me.
Yeah.
My fever would not go down. I was literally coughing off blood every day for the past 2 weeks when it hit me, and it was just getting worse and worse. And I guess I passed out a couple of times. I hit my head and
Holy
I was
shit.
white. I was blue. Yeah, I didn't tell anybody, like not even my parents, and they were even pissed off when once they found out.
Why were you
But
keeping it so under wraps? What happened? Why weren't you telling anybody?
uh, 'cause I'm a private person. I don't like, you know, I don't like showing my medical history to the world, and I don't want like, I just don't want. I don't want any sympathy or anything. I'm a private person. Like I
Yeah.
can take care of myself. I can do this, but man, it scared the shit out of me. I'll
I
tell you
bet.
that.
I bet.
Because I literally felt like I was dying. I couldn't even move. So I can't remember. She said she picked me up and dragged me to the car. I was kind of like passing out, and she was dragging me. And I can't remember. I was in a wheelchair. She said that she pushed me all the way in, and at the time of the hospital, there was like so many people, like kind of like with the same as me, but I was worse, and I was like the
Yeah.
last one to get a bed. I didn't even know that. So they were gonna put me in a coma, and my wife said no because he's not gonna come back. He's gonna die. Like his heart's stopping. They need to revive me. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
You had to
So
be revived?
they didn't, but they say that I came back. I don't know what happened, but my heart
Oh my
stopped and then it
gosh.
came back, and that was like 3 times. So I was like, yeah, like in and out of that, and I just didn't know what was going on. I was just super tired and I wanted to sleep, but
Oh my
apparently, what my
God.
wife was telling me was like really bad, and I ended up staying in the ER for 2.5 months.
Holy
I lost
shit.
all my weight. I was really, I was getting like so much massive drugs, like every day. I was on close watch because my heart kept stopping. It was so scary because I was alone. Like nobody, not even my wife couldn't visit me, no family,
Yeah.
nobody. So I was like really like alone and uh everything desperate, sad, everything. I was like, man,
Holy shit.
I was really bad, man. And only a few people knew, only a few, not much. But yeah, and then I got out. I got out and I just remember me brushing my own teeth at home and crying. Like my wife's like, "Why are you crying?" I'm like, "I'm brushing my own teeth for the first time. It feels so good." I'm like,
Oh
man,
my gosh. Why do you think that it hit you so hard? Did they give any reasoning as to why it affected you more than it would maybe somebody else?
I don't know. I mean, I was well taken care of. Like I took care of myself, but
Yeah.
I mean, on top of that, it's just I don't know. It just hit me, and it just happened, I guess. And but also too, like in my mindset and everything, what I was going through, I was already set for retirement because I'm like, man, I don't think I have the lung power. I don't. Like I tried walking outside, I couldn't even breathe, and I was like, man, like because I already had light asthma, and this was like, oh man, I developed blood clots in my lungs, stomach
Oh
ulcer,
my lord.
my high blood pressure. I almost had diabetes. On top of that, it was just crazy. Like it was a really life scare. But man, getting
How
out,
scary too to just go from being this like athlete that you are, and
yeah,
we see the capacity in which your body operates. I see that you take care of your body. Like you are somebody
yeah,
that's like this finely tuned specimen. And then to be like, oh my God, I might have to retire because the things you
yeah.
just rattled off happen. Like what? Like holy 180. That's awful.
And really, like I didn't really think I was gonna be alive, but once I got out of the hospital, um, 3 weeks later, I'm like having dinner with my wife. I'm already I had my drink in my hand. I'm toasting and I'm like meditating, preparing. I'm like, this is it. I'm done. My phone rings. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Before I drink my drink, my phone's ringing. My oh, it's Tony Khan. Tony
Ha!
Tony Khan calls me. I'm like, wow. Okay. We talked and he offered me a match with FTR. I'm excited. I'm not even thinking of me being sick. And I hung up and I looked at my wife like, what the hell did I just do? I just got out of the hospital. I'm like, oh my God, I can't. So everything's running through my mind. Everything was just hitting me. I'm like, I went to the bathroom. I literally started like bawling. I'm like, man, can I do this? Like, you know what? I'm gonna roll the dice on this. I'm like, babe, you need to support me in this. I'm like, well, she was kind of mad at me. It's like, no, your heart, like, you need to stop. Like this is a sign. Like, no, this is a sign too. Like, because my very first major injury back in 2011, I messed up my head really bad, and I
Right.
had the same scenario. I had seriously, I had a drink, and I'm like, whoa, WWE called me for a tryout. Let's keep going. So this is like it just went in full circle. I'm like, when Tony,
Yeah.
like, wow, let me roll the dice on this. So I get there, I have to tell FTR. You know, I worked with them for a long time.
Yeah.
Man, they took care of me. They're that's why they're the best. They're the best. So
Yep.
they took care of me, and that's why I'm forever grateful for them because I told them like, hey, if I have a heart attack or anything, just roll me underneath the ring.
Oh my,
I didn't
yeah,
tell
pin me. Oh my God, that's
I didn't even
so
tell anybody.
crazy.
I didn't even tell anybody about this, but that's why I felt so emotional, and it was just like hitting me everything. Like I had to pray to my friend. I called him Harper, and it was the day before was the Day of the Dead, el Dia de los Muertos. So since tradition, we pray, we always pray to our loved ones and our friends. You know, me when I first went up on the road. I mean, many people don't know we bonded. He kind of helped me mentally too. Like, hey man, it's gonna be cool. It's your first tour in WWE. Like the boys will know the boys, you know, and I had that cool, strong connection with him. Like, hey, Dragon Gate, buddy. Hey, Dragon Gate, because we were in Dragon Gate, you know, and so it kind of hit me there because I kind of like us Latinos, we pray a lot, and it kind of felt right for me to, for the first time, like you know what, let me, like his I felt his presence. Like to me, it was like man, when you helped me the first time I got on the road in WWE, like mentally, I kind of felt the same there because I didn't feel scared because I was in a way. I'm like, man, I'm gonna have a heart attack in that ring. I'm like, man, but no, everything went well. FTR took care of me. I was like surprised, man, and at the end of that match, I just started bawling. I'm like, oh my god! I went to my room. I didn't even think. I'm like, oh, I just had to tweet. I had to do an emotional tweet, man. I'm like, oh, but I did that, and it's just I mean, the rest is history. I just didn't know how it was gonna affect me or others, what I say, but um, to me, it's just like something that I do. That's why I never uh send out a prayer or anything, and that's I'm always a private person. And to me, it's just like it was a little heartbreaking. It was a little heartbreaking to be honest, but I don't know if I'm blacklisted or not in AEW. But hey, everybody that I know there. Most I've worked most of them, and meeting seeing the producers, seeing everybody else, seeing familiar faces, it felt good. I just wish them all the best, and man, it's a good product. It's a great show, and but yeah, I mean, after that, it still took me a while to get back to my feet, just get back in the ring, to work out, everything, get my personal life back together, everything, because to me I was just like dead. That's it, like I'm done. But good thing that I have fans, familia, friends that support me, and they push me to keep going. And I'm like, man, but and then to myself, it is a reminder why I say lucha is a fight, the greatest fight of all time. That's the greatest fight of my life.